Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the delta modulator system, that is delta modulator transmitter and receiver, the distortions which are present in delta modulator and the conditions to avoid the distortions in DM also. This is the topic from the first unit, that is digital transmission of analog signal for the subject digital communication. So already we have studied the system, that is PCM, pulse code modulation. Then why is the need of delta modulator over here? That we will see first. So in PCM system, n number of binary digits are transmitted per quantized sample. Hence, the signaling rate and the transmission channel bandwidth of the PCM system are very large. One more disadvantage of PCM system is the system is very complex. So these disadvantages can be overcome by using the delta modulation system. So in delta modulation, as the name suggests, delta is a step size. So in delta modulation, it transmits only one bit per sample instead of n bits in PCM. This reduces the signaling rate and the bandwidth requirement to great extent. In delta modulator, a staircase approximated signal of the sampled input signal is produced and then compared to produce a different signal. And this different signal is quantified into only two levels, that is plus minus delta, corresponding to positive and negative difference respectively. So this is the delta modulator waveform. Here we can see a input signal, that is x of t, and a approximated signal, that is u of t. So we can find out approximated signal here varied as per the amplitude of your input signal. So here we can see the step size, that is delta. Delta step size, this is constant for delta modulator. So here this is our the first signal, that is binary sequence. Here we are getting like 0 as your input signal is less than approximated signal, the output is 0. If your input signal is greater than this signal, then output is 1. So respectively your output will be in terms of ones and zeros only. So only comparison will be done between your input signal and approximated signal, and accordingly the output you will be getting. So this is the block diagram for the delta modulator transmitter over here. In delta modulation system, the present signal, that is present sample value x of t, is compared with the approximated value x dash of t, and the result of this comparison is transmitted. Thus, we are sending the information of whether the present sample value is higher than or lower than approximated value. Actually, the actual sample value is not being transmitted. Only the difference between the sample value input and the approximated value is transmitted. So, with the help of here 1-bit quantizer, then delay block, the approximated signal will be generated from the DM output itself, and then it is applied over here. Now, in this case, the input is x of nts. The sampled input signal x of nts and its approximated version, that is x cap of nts or x dash of nts, are compared with each other. The difference between them is produced, that is considered as a e of nts over here, and then it is applied to 1-bit quantizer over here. So basically the E, that is error signal, it is applied to 1-bit quantize, and quantized error signal we are getting, that is nothing but B of NTS. So here our output will be like either plus 1 or minus 1. That means our output will be either 1 or 0 here. So and that is what a coded output from the delta modulator system over here. So we'll see how we are getting B of NTS over here from the expression. Here, E of NTS is equal to x of NTS minus x cap of or x dash of NTS, that is equal to x of NTS minus u of NTS minus TS. Whereas, because you can find out that this approximated signal is nothing but the delay unit output, that is u of NTS minus TS, thus the previous value of x of NTS. This is applied to 1-bit quantizer that quantizes this difference E of NTS into 2-bit signal, that is B of NTS. So we can find out B of NTS is delta into signal function of E of NTS. If E of NTS is positive, then the signal function E of NTS is plus 1, otherwise it is minus 1. So depending on this, we can see that B of NTS, so B of NTS, that is the delta modulator output, we are getting it is plus delta or minus delta, that's it. Now, in this system, the input to the delay unit in the transmitter is basically U of nTs, which is U of nTs minus Ts plus B of nTs. And the E of nTs is the prediction error that represents the difference between the present sample x of nTs and its previous approximated value x dash of nTs. The binary quantity, that is B of nTs, at the output of the delta modulator transmitter is algebraic sign of error E of nTs, except for the scaling factor delta. Thus, this B of nTs is a single bit word transmitted by the delta modulator system. Here, this delay block and this summer circuit, it is considered as a, or it is known as an accumulator, which is used in the delta modulator transmitters circuit, and it is initially set to 0. This accumulator output is basically U of nTs del of summation of signum of E of ITS over here. So basically in delta modulator transmitter, the sampled signal x of nTs is applied at the input. The accumulator produces a staircase approximated version x dash of nTs of the previous sample value. The prediction error E of nTs is uh, find out, that is x of nTs minus x dash of nTs, and the prediction error is quantized into single bit, that is 0 or 1, by the 1 bit quantizer, and the quantizer output is transmitted as a delta modulator signal, and the accumulator uses the same signal to produce the delayed approximated signal x dash of t. So in delta modulator system, we can find out that is the bit rate for the, or signaling rate for delta modulator, that is number of bits transmitted per second. So in delta modulator, basically number of bits, only one bit we are transmitting per second. So here the uh, number of bits which are transmitted per sample are 1 basically. So number of samples per second, that is fs, into number of bits per sample is 1. So the signaling rate or bit rate of delta modulator system is basically fs. Thus the delta modulator bit rate is 1 by n times the bit rate of PCM. Hence the channel bandwidth is also reduced to great extent as compared to PCM OEM. Now one more method we are having, that is for the delta modulator system. Here we can see a analog signal x of t and a x dash of t, that is output of the feedback network, that is from the D to A converter. So here the same comparison is done between input signal and approximated signal. So by with the help of comparator it is done, and then it is the error which is the output of comparator, it is applied to sample and hold circuit, and obviously it will be, you will be getting our output, that is 1 or 0, and that is same it will be applied to up down counter over here. So up down counter basically it will be either up or down, so depending on the clock generator frequency, that is sampling frequency fs, the output of that it is given to D to A converter, and that analog signal is considered as an approximated signal over here. So into this delta modulator transmitter, x of t is an analog signal, x dash of t is a quantized approximated signal of x of t. Both these signals are applied to a comparator. The comparator output goes high if x of t is greater than x dash of t, and it goes low if x of t is less than x dash of t over here. So depending on that, the output we will be getting, that is 1 or 0 over here. So in this is about DM transmitter over here. In the DM receiver, the DM signal is passed through accumulator to produce the staircase approximation in a manner similar to that used at the transmitter. The accumulator output is then applied to a low pass filter to produce the original signal over here. So here again samples the output of delta modulator, it is applied to your summer circuit and delay block, which is acting as accumulator, and the output of that is applied to a low pass filter to generate a demodulated signal at the output. The features of delta modulator system are, it is a 1 bit code word for output, and hence no need of framing over here. The simplicity of the design for transmitter and receiver. The applications of the delta modulator are, it is used in digital voice storage and in other digital communications also. One more, another method for the delta modulator receiver we are having, that is, if you compare with the delta modulator transmitter, here we can find out a delta modulator signal is applied to up down counter, and then it is applied to D2A converter, and then to a low pass filter, and so we will be getting an analog signal block. So here synchronized clock generator is also used. As compared with the transmitter block diagram, we can find out it is identical to the chain of the blocks producing the signal x dash of t, that is approximated signal. The original modulating signal can be recovered back by passing the signal through a low pass filter itself. So this is the block diagram for the DM receiver over here. Now the distortions which are present in the delta modulation system or the quantization noise. So here we can find out this is a x of t signal, that is a analog signal or input signal, and the staircase signal, that is approximated signal, that is x dash of t over here. So what will be happening? Initially, if the slope of the x of t is very large as compared to our approximated signal, so the approximated signal will not follow the input signal x of t, as the slope of x of t is very large. So what will be happening? There will be difference in between your x of t and x dash of t, and this difference which is created due to the slope of the x of t is very high initially, this effect or this difference is considered as a slope overload distortion. So this is the one of the error, one of the distortion which is present in delta modulator system, that is slope overload distortion. Now the step size is constant in delta modulator, that is delta V. So this is one distortion. In another we can find out. Now see here, x of t is, after some time it is constant. But then also the approximated signal, it is hunting above and below the x of t. Okay, so this difference or this error, basically it is considered as a granular noise over here. So there are two distortions which are present in the delta modulator system, that is slope overload distortion and granular noise. So these quantization errors are observed in delta modulation because of the fixed step size. The step size is fixed over here. So basically quantization noise, that is slope overload distortion, when the analog signal has a high rate of amplitude changes, the encoder can produce a distorted output results. And incorrect selection will mean that the signal changes too fast for the steps to follow. So this is considered as overloading. And this occurs when the step size is too small. The approximation signal falls behind the message signal. Now the second distortion or second noise which is present in delta modulator system, that is granular noise, it occurs basically when the step size is too large, and it occurs when analog input has relatively constant amplitude. The staircase approximated signal hunts around a flat segment, and so that the noise which is generated is considered as a granular noise. So there are two main distortions which are present in delta modulator system, that is SOD, slope overload distortion, and second, that is granular noise. So if we find out the positive side of delta modulator system, that are the advantages. It is one bit quantizer, very easy design of the modulator and the demodulator. However, there exists some noise in delta modulation system, that is slope overload distortion and granular noise over here. Now, as we have discussed, that is the condition to avoid slope overload distortion, that is slope of x of t is equal to derivative of x of t divided by dt. So it is minus a, whereas a is the amplitude of input signal x of t. Here we can see the amplitude of input signal x of t that we have considered a. So the derivative or the slope of x of t is minus a omega m sine omega mt. So the maximum value of the slope of x of t is minus a omega m. So that is the maximum value. Slope of staircase approximated signal x dash of t is del divided by ts over here. So the thing is that whenever slope of x of t is very large, x dash of t, that is approximated signal, will not be able to catch the x of t and the slope overload distortion occurs. So to avoid this slope overload distortion, the condition of the amplitude we need to find out. So del derivative of x of t, magnitude of that is less than equal to del of ts. So magnitude of derivative of x of t dt, that is a omega m that we have seen, it is less than del divided by ts. So a, that is the amplitude of x of t, should be less than or equal to delta divided by omega m ts. So this is the condition to avoid the slow polar distortion in case of delta modulator system. SOD will occur, that is slow polar distortion will occur if amplitude is greater than delta divided by omega m ts or delta divided by 2 pi fs divided by fm. So we need to always remember this condition for the slow polar distortion, that is A, that is amplitude of x of t should be less than delta divided by omega m ts, whereas delta is a step size. So one example, we are having a delta modulator system is designed to operate at 5 times the Nyquist rate for the signal with 3 kHz bandwidth, determining the maximum amplitude of a 2 kHz input sinusoid for which delta modulator does not have slow polar distortion. Whereas quantizing step size is given, that is 250 millivolts. So slow polar distortion will not occur if this is the case, that is amplitude is less than delta divided by 2 pi fm ts. Instead of omega m, 2 pi fm it is written. So we need to find out, that is what is the value of W over here, that is 3 kilohertz, or FM. Nyquist rate is 2W or 2 FM, that means 6 kilohertz. Sampling frequency you can find out, it's given, that is 5 times the Nyquist rate. So Fs is basically, it is not directly 2W, it is 5 times 2W. So Fs we can find out, it's 30 kilohertz, and the interval, that is Ts 1 by Fs is equal to 1 by 30 into 10 to 3. Now we are having the step size, that is 250 milliseconds. So convert it into volt, that is 0.25 volts. Given that Fm is equal to 2 kilohertz, putting all the values in the equation, that is A should be less than delta divided by 2 pi Fm ts. So we will be getting, that is the, what should be the amplitude of x of t to avoid a slow polar distortion, that is amplitude should be less than or equal to 0.6 volts. Similarly, one more example, we are having a delta modulator system is designed to operate at 3 times the Nyquist rate for a signal with 3 kHz bandwidth. The quantizing step size is given, that is 250 millivolts. Now we need to determine the maximum amplitude of 1 kHz input sinusoid for which the delta modulator does not show slow polar distortion, and then determine the post filtered output of SNR for the signal of part 1 over here. So SNR we can find out over here, the formula we are having. Now in this case we need to again go with the same steps, that is we need to find out what is the bandwidth of input signal, that is then signal frequency, what it is, Nyquist rate, that is 2 fm over here, so it's 2 kilohertz. Sampling frequency, as it is given 3 times Nyquist rate, so fs is equal to 6 kilohertz, 3 into 2 kilohertz. Then step size is given, then from fs we can find out ts. Then to obtain the amplitude, the formula we know to avoid the slow polar distortion, A is less than or equal to delta divided by 2 pi fm ts. So put all the values, we will be getting the answer, that is 0.2387 volts. Similarly, by using the SNR formula, again by putting all the values into this, the signal to noise ratio we can find out minus 33.41 decibels. So here one more example we are having by using the SNR formula, that is 3 into Fs cube divided by 8 pi square Fm square Fm. So here we need to determine the output signal to noise ratio of linear delta modulator system for 2 kHz sinusoidal input signal sampled at 64 kHz. The slow polar error is not present and the post reconstruction filter has the bandwidth of 4 kHz. So Fs is 64 kHz as given, Fm is 2 kHz. Then capital FM we can find out 4 kilohertz, that is the bandwidth of reconstruction filter. Here we need to always remember this is modulating frequency and this is the reconstruction filter bandwidth, that is FM. So we need to always remember these two separately. Put all the values over here and we will be getting a SNR of 27.94 decibels. Thank you.